So this is how you do this problem. So given the given complex, is that's what you're working on, complex numbers. So what you need to know is this: square root of a negative number, right? Let's say -1, will automatically equal to an I. If you put it on the calculator, you get an error because the calculator doesn't do square root of a negative number. But if you just know that the square root of a negative number will give you an I. Also, the same thing as I square will give you -1. This is something very important to memorize. This has to do with complex numbers. So as you're writing this, as you're watching these videos, take note. Write this down on your note. All right. So I'm gonna do all these questions. Number one, notice it says square root of -49. All right. So automatically that negative inside there, that negative will definitely give us an I already. I. It's like you just take the negative out of it, you get an I. Okay. So the next thing you're gonna do is, what is the square root of 49? Well, if you put that on your calculator, you get 7. So 7I is the answer. For another example, if I was asking you what's the square root of 36, you would tell me, Ms. Kimbang, because there's a negative right there, automatically I would have an I coming out of it because I said the square root of a negative number automatically give an I. Therefore, the square root of 36 is 6. Same thing. If I had a square root of -100, you would say because there's an I, you get 10I. Okay? Last one, square root of -121, you get 11I. All right, back to, let's go to number two. Number two, I don't have a negative inside, so square root of 64, if you put that in the calculator, it will give you 8. We're good with that. Bring down this minus. Here we are. And if you look at the next one, it says square root of negative number, -81. So therefore, because it has a negative, an I will come out. Boom. And then we have 81, square root of -81, you get 9. That's the answer. Do you know why we're going to stop here? Because here's a misunderstanding. Some people would think because it's 8 minus 9i, they will go and try to reduce that and say, oh, I can just do this. That should give me -1i. There's no such thing. The reason why you would know you will stop because it's supposed to, the complex number is written like this: a plus or minus bi, meaning a number plus or minus a number with I. That's another thing that goes in your note, which is very important. That's what we have here. We have an 8, which represent A, plus or minus a number here, which is B with the I. That's how you know you stop. All right. Again, the answer to this, let me just erase it. We're going to do one more time. The answer to this question here, like I did earlier, is as follows. We have square root of 64 is 8. The negative came right down. Because there's an I right here, there's a negative, the I comes out, and square root of 81 was 9. Done deal. All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is basic math. You're just operating, thinking, put the I's together, combining like term. This right there should give us 5i, and this right here should give us -5. Now, if you go back to what I mentioned earlier about a plus minus bi, this should come in the first place, and this should be in the second place. The A should be in the first, the B should be in the next. I don't have that here. I got them swapped. So what I need to do is bring this to the left, which is -5i, a -5, and I'll bring that to the right, +5i. You're done. It just have to be written to the way that the number with the I is at the end. All right, done here. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, we have to multiply that. I use the box. The box is quite simple to me to do. All right, so I'm gonna put 3 plus I here, 2 minus I. All right, 3 times 2 times 3, 6. 2 times I, 2i. I times 3, negative I times 3, negative 3i. And then negative I times a positive I, you get negative I squared. All right, so what do we do next? So now we are going to write it. So the first number goes in the front, 6, and the last number goes at the end, negative I. And then this right here, you're going to add that. You're going to add right here. So if you add this, it's like negative 3i plus the 2i. That should give me negative I. All right. So now we're not done. How we know we're done? You will know when you're done when you have something like this. Right. So if you remember, I mentioned earlier about this right here. Use a different color. This right here. All right. Because I have I square, that needs to turn into a negative 1. So parentheses, negative 1. All right. And then you bring everything down. Even the sign comes down. That was a negative. I have a negative I. Then I have a positive 6. All right. So this right here should make negative times negative should make a positive 1. You still have your negative I. You still have this. Okay. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. Let's use a different color. Let's go back to red. So I can combine this right here. That should give me 7. And that comes next. Minus I. And I'm done. I have a number and a number with I. Okay. If you get confused, that's why this is a video. You can just go back to it. Okay. All right. So here we are with number 5. I start with the box. I will make my box. I have 5, 3i, 5, 9. No, it's not a 5 there. Go back. 5, 3, positive 3i here. And then I have negative 2 and 5i. All right, cool. Okay, let's multiply. Negative 2 times 5, you get negative 10. Negative 2 times that, you get negative 6i. You multiply this times that, 5 times, so you get 25i. And then when you multiply that over there, you get, what do you get? You get 15i squared, because I have 2 i's. All right, the negative 10, first number goes right here. The last number goes at the end. Great. Next, what you're going to do is add these numbers right here. So 25 minus 6, you get 19i. Okay. All right. So like I said earlier, do you remember this right here? Let's use a different color again. Do you remember this right here? Let's use black color right here. You remember this? That comes back. It comes right back right here. I square means that that turns into a negative 1. All right. And then you bring everything right back down. So I still have that 15 in here. And then you still have the 19. You still have the 10. All right. So this right here should make negative 15. You still have the 19i. And you still have the 10. Negative 10. All right. Now you can combine like terms. Right? Combine this. Oh, I'm running out of room. Let's do it right here. Negative 10 plus 19i minus 15. Put this together, which give us negative 25 plus the 19i. We done. How you know you stop here? Because there's an a plus or minus bi. All right, one of those a lot, but you got this. You can always go back, watch this video again, go back, watch this video until you get it.